Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. Today I've got the four kind of new, they're new to me, the Seiko Land Tortoises, which is kind of an odd name to me. I guess because they're mini turtlesque cases and they're designed to be kind of mountaineering, hiking watches or whatever. We'll check them out. They're really cool. They've got compass bezels, bi-directional, external, as opposed to the Alpinist, which had the internal. Great loom. Sapphire crystals. I actually couldn't believe this one. And when I made the listings, when I had the listings made, I told my team, it's hard Lex. I didn't even think about it. And someone emails like, Mark, they're sapphire. Everyone says they're sapphire. And I looked at it, I was like, oh my God. Held it to my forehead. And I was like, oh, it's sapphire. So really nice. We'll check them out. So I going through the watch drawer. So this is a Junkers. This is kind of like a sentimental watch of sorts. A Junkers 6262 M-2. This was a watch that my wife and I gave to my father-in-law many, many years ago for a birthday. And then when he passed, it was given back to me. So kind of cool. I don't take it out much. But don't you just love that candy cane hour hand? Oh, so cool. They discontinued this watch a long time ago. I don't know why. Beautiful. And then, you guys remember this oddball? The drum roller watch? I saw this in Basel years ago from my friends at Red Star. And I fell in love with them. I got them and sold them for maybe about a year or so. And then I stopped. They just weren't popular. But so quirky, kind of like the Instagram flip counter. It's got drums that rotate around. Don't sell them anymore, but still have one. Let us check out the Land Tortoise. Okay, so we've got four of these Land Tortoises here for you. As usual, all the same thing, just differing in execution, and one rose gold case guy. 525, 550, all sapphire crystal, blah, blah, blah. Let's, this guy on the right here really reminds me of the Alpinist. Maybe it's because it's that greenish color, but is it the most outdoorish look? And I think that's kind of what the watch is supposed to echo. So normally I set the times beforehand, but I did not. Let's get into the watch and then briefly describe how to use the compass bezel. So the watch it's like that mini turtle size. It's 42 millimeters in diameter. It's 12 thick to a flat sapphire crystal. It does not appear to be any AR. It is 45 on the lug tip to lug tip, and you have holes for easy strap changes. It is a solid screw down case back. Notice now it has no wave. It has the Prospex X, but no wave. It also does not say divers on the front, just automatic. So even though it's Prospex, we are not looking at an ISO rated diver. More than likely it could be if it had the correct bezel on it, because it's got the screw down crown, it's got 200 meters of water resistance, etc., but it is not. It is a 20 millimeter lug. We look at the case back. As we go over it now, since it's flipped over, we have ground-to-air emergency signal codes, and it tells you each one. I can barely read them. Not understood, yes, no. And it gives you ways to communicate if you're in distress, which I guess a kind of an explorer's watch, you'd be, possibly could get lost. You're on the ground and trying to communicate to overhead help, and you can put various signals on the ground, maybe rocks, twigs, sticks, leaves, whatever, and try to make various letters. And this is a guide for what those letters mean. And then we'll talk about the bezel, like I said, in a minute. I went over the size. The inside is a 4R35 24 jewel hand winding hacking movement. Unscrew the crown, you can wind it, hacks, one click out will change the date. They all have the date tucked between the 4 and the 5. This guy happens to have a white date background. The rest of them are black. Really nice looking. Pretty cool. Love the strap. This one comes on this canvas green, leather backed. But you can obviously swap it for whatever you want because it is 20 millimeter. The dial Really nice. It's not green, it's more of a beige. And they went with a matching loom as well. Silver hands, nice applied indices. We'll do the loom in a minute. Let's talk about, let's see, I think I've covered everything. 200 meters, 88 grams if you're interested in weight. Sapphire crystal, yeah, I think I got everything. So let's talk about the bezel real quick. I did a watch and learn on the bezel years ago, the old Boy Scout trick as they call it, and it was rather verbose. I can probably distill it down really quickly for you here. Maybe one day I'll have to redo that video. So to use the compass bezel, first you have to find north. How do you find north? Well, if you're in the northern hemisphere, okay, you take the watch off your wrist and you point the hour hand towards the direction of the sun. So let's say the sun was over there, okay? Pointing the hour hand towards the sun, assuming it's correct, assuming you have the correct time, right? Also, oh, I should back that up one quick. If you're on daylight savings time, you really need to back the watch up to normal standard time if you want to get accurate. But I don't know how accurate. It's going to be fairly accurate, but if you want high accuracy, flip the time back correctly. But anyway, you'll see by the method, it really depends on how good you are. So, hour hand pointing at the sun. Then imagine an angle. So I'm just going to flip the watch up for you. Imagine an angle between the hour hand and noon. At the bisect of that angle, make halfway between the hour hand and noon. In that direction is south. So if our sun was over there, we would say that this direction is south. So we take by the way, it's a bi-directional friction bezel. So south would be there. So now if we hold the watch like this, now we know which direction is south, west, east, north. So if we know we had to walk north to get to a path or northwest, we would walk in this direction. Every so often, obviously, maybe every 20, 30 minutes, we would take another sighting off the sun to make sure that we are, that we haven't kind of deviated. Probably will. That's why you want to keep doing it. Like I said, the northern hemisphere bisection is south. Okay, if you're in the southern hemisphere, very similar, but what you're going to do is you're actually going to point the 12 o'clock marker at the sun, and then your current hour hand, the bisector of that angle, is going to be, you guessed it, north, if you're in the southern hemisphere. And that's it. And then you can get your cardinal directions. So hopefully you never get lost again. Let's see. So this was, I don't know, this is they're all SRPG something. This is SRPG 13. That's the green one. We've got this definitely blue. I was making sure it wasn't black. It's blue. Blue dial, blue canvas strap. Similar kind of aged patina loom. Like I say, we'll look at the loom in a minute. Nice looking. I think the green is definitely the more popular. But the blue's nothing to shake a tail at. Not bad. The other one rounding out the stainless steel cases is the gilt dial, black dial with gold markings, black and gold bezel. Okay, nice. Still 525. This one comes in a leather strap. It's not a bad strap. I don't know. I think if you were kind of mountaineering or doing something like that, you'd probably switch it for some kind of a single pass or something. And then the last one that's the priciest is the rose gold plated. This guy's 550 with the brown strap, and again the gilt hands and markers. Very, very nice. They all have the same air, ground to air emergency codes on the back. Matching buckle. Let's do a loom, then we'll do a wrist. So they are loomed very well. They are all using blue Lumabrite. That's the Seiko proprietary compound, so it glows very well. Of course, the little, the lollipop is on, the dot is on the tail of the second's hand, so the seconds are actually down here and not up here. But still, easy to read. Nice indication for where 12 o'clock is by the double marker. Of course, it's Seiko, so we expect it to glow beautifully. So I wear regular turtles as well, so this guy is fine. This mini turtle here, 6 3/4 inch wrist above below. The 45 on the lug tip to lug tip suits me just fine. There I am on the strap. You can see plenty of room to go in each direction. Really nice looking watch, and definitely an alternative for all the divers that they've been coming out with. And you get the bonus of the sapphire crystal, which is really cool. And that'll do it. This has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com showing you the new Seiko Land Tortoise. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so. Questions or comments, put them down below and I'll be sure to address them as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.